One of the most interesting conversations that my husband and I have ever had is one that most people never even imagine happening. It's a conversation talking about boundaries for children we don't even have yet. Not names, not schools, not bedrooms, but boundaries. Who will be part of our children's lives? Who won't be? What will holidays look like? What will love look like? And while those conversations make me sad sometimes, they remind me of something very beautiful. Just because I didn't get the family that I deserved doesn't mean that I can't build one. My husband and I have talked a lot over the last couple of years about what does it look like if or when we are lucky enough to be able to adopt a child or to be able to have our own. We've been trying since 2023 to do both and unfortunately have yet to be able to adopt or to carry pregnancy past 6 weeks. So what is that going to look like for us? Regardless, I am a fervent planner and I want to be prepared. So we've talked about boundaries. We've talked about holidays, family gatherings, social media, who will be invited into our children's lives. I don't think those are conversations anyone imagines having when they think about their future families, but they are extremely important. I'm honestly grateful that my three other living siblings have already had children and they've actually been able to kind of pioneer this journey for us. One of my siblings and their spouse have been very good about setting extremely clear boundaries. They literally have put it in writing for her so that there are no questions about what they are. They have very solid rules as well for the rest of the extended family, with things like there's no photos of their child on social media ever, because we know that she will find them and show them to our father. This was quite a change for my mother's side of the family, who was quite used to sharing their photos of their own children or family members on social media for the family. But this has also given us an opportunity to discuss other things, tangential conversations about online predators and how to protect young ones in our social media fueled times that currently are. For this same sibling, our mother is not allowed to babysit. All visits are supervised, and there are many other boundaries along the way. My other siblings have variations of these boundaries, and while some are looser, they are all in place because it makes them feel safe. In each of our different ways, I think we've all had to grieve the same basic loss, having a mother we can trust, a mother who can also be a health and safety grandmother, which she isn't. We've all talked about this together, and occasionally we've cried about it together. And every new bundle of joy that joins the family allows us to have further discussions and conversations about what boundaries will look like, because we all want to ensure we don't accidentally cross them ourselves. Despite our siblings' many different opinions, whether it comes to religion or politics or just life, this is one of those areas that we all can come together on because we all just want to make sure that our children and our nieces and nephews are safe and protected from our parents. It's important to remember that healthy boundaries don't always look the same. Some have chosen stricter boundaries, some have been a little looser, some have chosen limited contact, some supervise visits, some don't. The goal isn't for all of us to make identical decisions. The goal is for each family to create an environment that feels safe for them. And while I have occasionally quirked my eye at what one of my siblings does allow or does not, I do recognize that we are all trying to balance this horrible situation that we are in. Trying to keep a child safe from an unsafe grandparent isn't something that anyone should have to think about. And I love and appreciate that we can all discuss and respect each other's boundaries along the way. I do know that my boundaries, if I am ever able to adopt or conceive, will be the strictest of them all. And I'm dreading that a little bit. I want my grandparents, who are loving, kind, safe people, my child's great grandparents, to have a relationship with my future child. But my mother, she will never have contact with my child ever. That means that when the day finally comes, a lot of things will change. The holidays will change. Will one of us, between my husband or I, attend without the other? Or will we get a babysitter so we can attend Thanksgiving at my grandparents' house? Will we host our own event? Perhaps we will simply extricate ourselves completely and start creating our own traditions, allowing for us to embrace our own little nuclear family instead of trying to conform and incorporate into the ones that already exist. Those are the ripple effects of a boundary that people don't always think about. Sometimes protecting yourself or your child from one person ends up changing how you interact with the entire family. And it sucks, really. I don't know, I don't have all the answers now, but I am grateful that my husband and I have started having these conversations. I'm very grateful that my husband and I are very much on the same page about what our boundaries will be and are prepared for that conversation when it happens. One thing trauma has taught me is the exact kind of parent that I never want to become. There is one thing I know with absolute certainty. My children will never have to wonder if they are loved. They will never have to earn safety. They will never have to earn affection. And they will never have to question whether someone will protect them. Not because I'm perfect, I'm certainly not, but because I know exactly what it feels like when those things are missing. Sometimes people ask me if I'm sad that I don't have the relationship with my mother that I wish I had and that other people seem to have. And the answer is sometimes. I think there will always be a little bit of sadness there, but that sadness doesn't define my life anymore. It simply reminds me of what kind of family I want to build instead. Sometimes people assume that healing is getting back what you lost, but I don't think it does. And often I don't think you can. Sometimes healing means building something new. I can't give myself the childhood that I should have had. I can't turn my mother into someone I would trust with my children, but I can decide what happens next. I can build a family where safety isn't negotiable, where love isn't conditional, and where boundaries are respected, and where my children will never have to wonder if the adults in their lives will protect them. I don't know exactly what my family will look like in the future. Hopefully, someday I get a chance to find that out. But I do know that the family I came from doesn't dictate the family that I build for myself. Thank you all for being here with me. I'm Janae Cherie, and I hope that my stories help you to tell yours.